We're bringing up Gary. Make some noise for Gary.
Well, hello.
Knock it down, Gary.
Friends and family, my name is Gary, Brad's younger brother. And on behalf of Brad and Jess, I would like to thank you all for attending this beautiful event today. Especially those of you who knew that I'd be saying a few words. It's very touching that you still decided to come. So I promise to keep my words brief, as we're all obviously here to witness Brad's graceful dance moves. I really hope they've improved since your bar mitzvah. When Brad called me to tell me that he had chosen me as his best man, it was no surprise, because Mom and Dad had been telling me I was the best one for years. Apparently, the best man's job consists of two responsibilities. The first one is to make sure Brad gets here on time and in decent form. It's my responsibility to make sure his hair is in order. There wasn't much to work with, so that didn't take long. The second task is getting a few minutes to humiliate the groom and reveal some embarrassing stories. So now I will do my best to give Brad the most uncomfortable 3 minutes of his life. Just for the record, the most uncomfortable 3 minutes of Jess's life will become later on this evening, courtesy of Brad. Many of you probably know, but for those who don't, Brad has operated a vehicle maybe 10 times his entire life. He got his license when he was 24. I can't help but think that this was partially my fault, because when we were 6 and 9 and on vacation, our parents let us ride the bumper cars. Brad, being as uncoordinated as always, thought it would be a good idea to go the opposite direction that everyone else was driving. And who was there to greet him on the other side, head to head, was me, his evil little brother, about to ram into him and loving every second of it. I can imagine you were very unhappy that day. On the contrary, I've never seen you happier than you are today. At least prior to me standing up here and speaking. You've always been a friend, a mentor, and my future best man. Sure, we've had our fair share of fights when we were younger, but as we've grown, despite us being far in distance, we've grown closer. And I rarely punch you anymore. And when I say we've grown, I mean that we both have grown to the maturity level of a 15-year-old and then stopped right there. Poor Jess. What have you got in yourself, India? You're going to hear the same corny jokes for decades and decades. He's going to do that thing where he nibbles on your nose to be cute at least 10,000 times. I know that he does these things because I do them too to my girlfriend. We're pretty much the same person, except I'm a little shorter and objectively more attractive. But in all seriousness, I'm thrilled you're moving back to Philly and closer to our family. Philly. Alright. DC was just too far for me. If you guys haven't noticed, Brad likes to make people travel very far to see him. Brad, I'm so happy you met the love of your life, and you really picked a great one. Jess, sister-in-law. I'm so happy you found my brother, because he'd be lost without you. You've exposed his world to vegetables, flying on planes, and yoga. This is breakthrough stuff for my brother. Jess, he's literally bending over to touch his toes to prove his love for you. You are a genuine sweet girl with a good sense of humor and a great addition to our family.
Yes.
Plus, any girl who calls Brad a jerk on the first date is a great girl in my book. It's been a pleasure thus far, and I look forward to getting to know you even more over the years.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'd like to make a toast to Brad and Jess on their special day. So now you found each other, you found the way to the rest of your lives. Where you go from now, you'll go together. What you learn from now, you'll learn together. What you become from now, you'll become as one. Mazel tov.
Thank you so much, Gary.